Hello everyone, welcome back. This is my day 29 of my quarantine distraction videos that I've been doing for my students and for all of you as a little distraction to take our minds off of what's going on with the global pandemic right now. So today's video, I am doing an altered thrown plate. I'm squaring up a plate and I'm adding some slip trailing to it. So if you have wanted to know how to square up a plate, this is one way to do it. There are many different ways that you can do all sorts of different techniques. My technique, I'm doing it when it's leather hard. So I hope you enjoy. Shoot me any comments below in the comments or questions if you have them. Suggestions for videos that you'd like to see. I have a running list of things. So I hope you enjoy this. Please subscribe for more videos on working with clay, and stay safe, stay healthy, and keep potting if you can. So for this wheel thrown plate, I am going to kind of eyeball it and divide it into quarters. I'm just making little reference marks. So I'm going from the corner, or the point that I made where I divided it into quarters, and I'm dropping in about ½ inch on all four sides. I'm going to make this one come in just a little bit more. Okay, so I have my reference lines, and some people I know like to do this immediately when it's thrown, but mine, I've already trimmed a foot on it, and I wanted to get this in. So now I'm going to just gently cut, and when I get close to the corner, I like to cut from the corner inward as opposed to cutting off the corner, because sometimes you can chip your corner. Now that I have it rough cut, I could clean it up with a couple different tools. One would be a shredder or a Surform. This is a Mud Tools shredder. Again, I'm trying to be attentive to where I originally made that hash mark, because I want the corners to stay where they were. I do not want the corners to disappear. Okay, that looks much cleaner. Now to get rid of the Surform marks, just going to use a little vegetable peeler, and I can even round the edge just a little bit. Okay, I've squared my little plate. Now I'm just going to add a little accent of slip trailing, and this, let me show you here. This squeezy bottle of slip is one that I usually keep on my desk at school for the kids. I'll show you my little trick to doing this. So it's like a mustard bottle basically. I keep a little piece of plastic in between the nozzle tip and the slip itself that keeps it from drying out. I just take it off. When the kids are done, I have them clean out the nozzle tip before they put it back. Okay, so I just want to make sure it is shaken up really well so I don't have just water in the tip. And I want to do something kind of quick and gestural. got some air in there, so I'm gonna have to wipe that off. And I'm not too crazy about how the last couple came out there. I'm gonna wipe those again. Try that again. All right, so I've got some slip on there. I'm gonna wait until that's a little drier, and then I'll just tidy up the ends. I cleaned the tip out after having used it, and then this is where I put my plastic back on the top, and then screw this back on. This is a great way that you can just keep a handy slip in a squeezy bottle without it drying out, and it's especially nice with students. Okay, my slip has set up, so now I can go in here with just a little paintbrush and kind of feather down the sides. I just don't want to have a significant